Life Lesson Friday for February 17th, 2023. So, the life lesson for today is how do you get faster at something? And most people automatically, when you say how do you get faster at something, a lot of people think about, something athletically where you're running or swimming, maybe skiing downhill. Uh, but there's a lot of things like how do you get faster at multiplication? How do you get faster at the different things that you do in your life that you think maybe they're mundane steps or they're boring steps of your daily life. Like, I wish I could just get this done faster. How do I get it faster? And there's two ways. Well, there's an additional way, but there's two main ways that you can do it without spending the money on getting a gadget to take over the process for you, right? Like, if you don't have the money to spend on a gadget that can take over that process and do it for you, like, say for instance, you don't have the money for a washing machine or to go through a laundromat to wash your clothes, but you're washing them yourself the old-fashioned way in a barrel with soap and water and you're scrubbing them. How do I get it faster, right? Um, so there's two things that you can do. One, you take bigger steps, or two, you take your steps more frequently. So whatever your process is that you have to do that you're trying to get faster at, you either take bigger steps or you take your steps more frequently. And so same thing with running, same thing with swimming. If you're swimming, the freestyle, you can either do your swim strokes more frequently, or you can try and take bigger strokes, right? Your stride when you run, you take bigger steps, or you step more frequently. If you're washing the dishes or washing your clothes, you do two things at once, both hands moving. Do you do one just faster? Like, there's the two ways that you can get faster at something. The one thing that we always forget is the easiest way in most of our lives to take. A lot of us try and do the things faster and we get burned out because we're trying to do it as fast as we can, and we get burned out because we can only go so fast for so long. That taking a bigger step, a lot of times that means reaching outside of yourself and finding somebody else that's already done it and saying, can you help me figure out the steps of the process so that I can get from where I am to where I want to be quicker? And whether it's called a mentor or a coach or your boss, like, or your father-in-law or whoever it is, there's somebody out there who has been through the process. And women do this really well when it comes to parenting, especially first-time moms. And it's not necessarily first-time moms that are always looking for help. It's the other moms that are like, let me help you when you get to this point. Oh, yeah, you're having a problem changing diapers all the time? Let me show you a faster way to do it, right? Like, they jump in and help because they understand immediately. Like, this is a struggle. I know she's going to go through this. Let me jump in and help her before she even comes and asks questions, because she's probably not going to feel like needs to ask questions, or she can ask questions because she's supposed to feel like a mom and supposed to feel like she's supposed to be able to do it, right? And a lot of times we do that in all the other areas of our lives. We don't take the opportunity to ask the people that have already done it, that have already been there, maybe not in our exact category or strategy or area of life, but they've done something very similar, and we haven't taken the time to ask them, hey, how did you get over this? How did you overcome this hump? Who did you go see to help you with this step of the process? And a lot of times we sit back and we try and figure it out all ourselves when that opportunity is there for the taking. And so, two things that I want you to take from this. One, if you're in a process and you're stuck and you keep doing the same things over and over and you're like, this has got to be faster, start asking people who you think have already done it. I guarantee you, you know somebody who's already done it. And start asking them, like, hey, what did you do? How did you get through this? Is there a shortcut? Am I missing something? And the other piece of what I want you to do is if you're one of those people that's already done it and you've already found the shortcuts, let people know. Like, hey, I can help you with this if you get stuck in this position, right? Like, as a boss, you should be doing that. It shouldn't be, oh, let them figure it out on their own. Like, because that's going to hurt the company. Because you know it took you X number of weeks, months, years to figure out shortcuts. Well, if you figured out the shortcuts, share them with everybody because the whole company rises up, right? And that's the way we should be with life. If you figure out the shortcuts, if you figure out, not that they're shortcuts because they're missing steps, but they're making your steps bigger so you can do the process faster. And if there's those things are in place, they need to be shared with everybody so that we can all increase our level of life. So there's two ways. You don't need money for either of those two ways because it's simply one, you're just going to take your steps faster as fast as you can, and you can only do that for so long. Or two, you're going to figure out how to make your steps bigger so you get more accomplished with a single step. And when you get more accomplished with a single step, like I tell my runners, if I can get you to extend your stride by 2 inches over 400 meters with each step, if you're covering 2 inches more, just think of how little energy you have to expend to run the same time you're running right now. And so if you expend the same amount of energy, you're going to run faster. You absolutely have to. And you're not doing anything different other than stepping 2 inches farther each time. Now, it obviously has to be the right fit for that person. There's a lot of other things mechanically that have to fit into place, which again goes back to we're not taking shortcuts and steps out of the process. It's how do we make the steps cover more ground when we do them so that the process is still intact. We just get it done faster. So there are ways to get faster. If you don't know what those are in the area that you're looking for in life, go find somebody that can help you do it because you can you hit your head against the wall all day long and you're just going to stand there hitting your head against the wall versus if you keep walking down the wall, knocking on it, eventually you're going to come to a door, the wall's going to run out, you're going to have an alleyway where you can walk around the corner, you can get around it. Somebody else has probably already figured out where that door is or where the end of the wall is. So let them help you get there. And if you've already figured it out, help somebody else get there. Because that's what life's all about. It's about helping each other out. So find the faster way. You're going to be able to get more accomplished, and we're all going to be able to be better off because of it. Thanks. That's Life Lesson Friday for today. We'll talk to y'all soon.